What are the factors contributing to male body image and the issues surrounding it? Welcome back to The Mailman, the brand focused on breaking the stigma surrounding male body image issues and the mental health impact it can have on you. So what factors contribute to male body image issues? Well, I think there's loads, to be fair. I think we'll start with schools. I think obviously schools have a no bullying policy or no bullying tolerance. If there's any form of bullying, obviously they step in and take certain measures to punish kids, punish bullies. But I think there's also a lot that happens that kids may experience that the schools and teachers aren't aware of. I don't think the schools have the necessary structures in place to address all kinds of bullying. Obviously, from my own experiences, I experienced racial bullying, physical bullying. Obviously, because of the way I look, my colour, where I'm from, I had it from all angles. And yeah, whilst there were some situations where teachers stepped in and had to, talk to the kids who were bullying me, talk to their parents, there was also a lot that happened without them getting involved. But what can you do? If that happens, you tell a teacher. It's he said in my case, being at an all-boys school, a lot of it just got swept under the rug. But what the schools don't realise is every time a kid is bullied and it goes unnoticed, it chips away at that victim. And over years and years of this, it ultimately has a massive impact on their confidence. You might notice differences or kind of changes in behaviour of your own children. I got a little bit more pissed off at the world. I got a bit more moody and angry, and I know that's to do with hormones and just growing up, and all teenagers become moody bastards. But I think I felt it a little bit more because I just didn't really seem to have anything going for me. It helped, it impacted how I did at school. I was unhappy for a lot of it, knowing that I look different. I'm being made to feel different by kids. Yeah, I had friends, I had people who didn't see the differences that I had, and they just treated me for me, and I'm so grateful for that. But I think there are a lot of kids who may not have that. They might have literally no one to look out for them. But even with the friends that I had, I still felt pretty crap for most of the time. So that's I think a big factor there is schools. People that are victims and they just go unnoticed. Secondly, I think society, social media, the fashion industry. I think there's so much out there that makes you feel that if you don't look like this individual modelling these new clothes or on a marketing campaign for Calvin Klein or whatever. Remember those old adverts of the guy, 8-pack, ripped as shit, in his boxers, advertising CK briefs? I haven't seen that in a while, but I think that's also because people are kind of moving away from that, because they realise that they're kind of pushing that look on people. It's like you can only really wear these boxers if you look like this, which obviously isn't right. But yeah, there's a a lot of stuff happening with the kind of female space where there's more plus size models and models with different types of skin, or kind of skin what are they called, conditions, vitiligo and, you know, things like that, which is great to see, because it's like, you know, these are everyday people. There's no kind of classic way of looking anymore in this kind of day and age. But that's females. I don't really see the male side of it following that trend. I know that there's, you know, a few kind of plus size male models out there, which is great, but I think generally, you know, what you see on social media, it's a classic look like this, train like me, and you'll fit in, you'll be accepted, which is just bullshit. I think obviously people have a job to do. There are personal trainers online, which is fine, and if you're selling your kind of services, which, you know, obviously people need to do to earn a living, then that's great. People will follow you. You know, the people that want to train and get healthier and stronger and fitter will subscribe and pay for your services, which is, I'm not arguing against that. That's a good thing. But when you're forcing people to do it because you're telling them that they don't look acceptable, that's what I have an issue with. Let the person decide if they want to make a change, if they want to lose some weight, if they want to just change anything about them. Let them do it because they want to do it. Why force them to do it? Why is the industry and society tell us to do something because it's not acceptable to look the way you do? I don't get. Obviously it sells, right? You know, there's an industry behind it. There's a money making structure behind all of these types of businesses pushing people to look a certain way, to lose weight so you can fit into these clothes, or to improve your skin tone, to, you know, to attract more people, or, you know, to grow your hair back if you're losing your hair. If a person wants to grow their hair back, let them grow their hair back, but don't force them to do it. And don't make them feel any less of a person because they don't look like 99% of people out there. If anything, that makes them more unique. They're not just one of many sheep that have the same build, the same hairline, the same skin color. Everyone looks different. Everyone is built different, but everyone is still valid. It's quite difficult because you're bombarded with so much content, so much material, which shows examples of looking a certain way. Like, that is how you should look. You go to a shopping centre, you go to buy clothes, there's mannequins that are built in a certain way so that clothing looks good on them. Where the hell are oversized mannequins? You go to a beautician, or, you know, a Boots or a Superdrug. Where are the images of people with skin conditions or acne? Yeah, there might be treatments for that, and yeah, I think in 99% of cases, people with acne want to improve their skin. But when you're pushing and bombarding them with images of people with flawless skin, for example, you're just making them feel even more shit because they have acne, and the models that your displays are showing are airbrushed or photoshopped. Why not show people who have gone through having acne and then having no improvements or no acne because of that product, rather than just saying this is the right way of looking, you got to buy our product in order to look like this. I think social media, the fashion industry, society, there's a lot of blame to put on those factors, especially for the younger generation, because that is literally all they see. They're glued to their phones, they're scrolling, they're viewing all these beefed up, jacked personal trainers and models, or, you know, they just think, right, well, I need to look like that in order to fit in. I need to look like that in order to attract girls, or to look good in a certain type of clothing. Bullshit. It's all nonsense. And finally, I think the other main contributor to all of this is your environment. If you're in a group or a place where you're surrounded by people with the same mentality, where they're judgy, they're bullies. They may not see themselves as bullies, but they give you that kind of stare as you walk in. A work environment, perhaps, where people have cliques, and if you don't look like them, you're not going to fit into that clique. You're not going to get that promotion, or you're not going to get that recognition. There's loads of places like that. They might not think that they're behaving in a certain way, but trust me, I've been in places like that where you think they're great, but then suddenly you see a side of them where you just feel so uncomfortable, or you feel, you know what, I actually don't belong here. This place is full of dickheads. Anyway, it was a short one today. I was just brainstorming and had this thought in my mind, and I thought it'll be worth just sharing it. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, please subscribe. That's the only way this content's going to get pushed out more to the people that need to hear it. Like, comment, let me know what your experiences are. If you've had any sort of similar life experiences to what I've described, let me know about it. Until next time, stay positive.